Hi, friends. Welcome to Crafting with me, Craft with Cheryl. I'm Cheryl Wright. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from northeastern Montana, and I hope I have my audio going correctly. I will check. It sounds right, but you know me, I have been struggling with it for a while. All right, looks like I got a wonky camera, so let me fix this. And now it's wonky again. I tell you, trying to get this all set up and working correctly is a chore every single time. But you're worth it. All right, I think I'm ready. So I told you I probably wasn't going to be able to be here tonight, and that is the case. So I am off on an adventure dog sitting. That's what I'm doing this weekend, is dog sitting. Anyhow, I wanted to make sure you had something live after having all the redo videos. So I had to go on a parts run yesterday, so it's a little different than I planned, but it's a new product. It's online exclusive, and I'm ready to share it with you. So let's get started. The only thing we have going on right now are some new online exclusives. The only two things, and the new catalog. So this is from the online exclusives, and the blur should go away, I hope. Come on, blur. I think I had everything turned off that needed to be turned off. Okay. Oh, there it is. It's clear on my end. I hope on yours too. All right. So this is the Beautiful Blues kit collection, from the kit collection. And this one really, really spoke to me as an awesome kit. And I'll put the link in the description so you can grab it too if you feel the same way I do. About same way as I do. My tongue is all twisted. I'm trying to get so many things done so I can leave. Anyhow, this is what we're doing today. This is the Beautiful Blues kit. It is a stamping kit, so when you open it up, you'll be sure to watch for the stamp set. And there's a Stampin' Spot. I don't know why this is being so yucky on the camera. I hope it's better when it's a replay. So there's that. And then this is the kit. Now, let me tell you why this spoke to me. Sadly, we have had a run of losses in our community, and I think it's probably similar everywhere. We have needed so many sympathy cards. Sick friends that need a thinking of you card. And so that's what this is all about, the whole thing. So I got that off. Here is the kit. Beautiful Blues. And if you hear the crunching in the background, it's my dog. I'm distracting her with the treat. So there are the beautiful cards. When wishing you comfort, you're in my thoughts, or sending love. So I don't know if I'll do the sending love, but I'll do one. Anyway, so let's look at the the contents of the kit. Now, in addition to the instruction sheet, there is a sheet that has the stamp images. So in case you save these in a case. About that, I had to pause the recording to let the dog out. So now, hopefully we have better internet and everything else too. So it comes with the stamp set images in case you want to keep them like that. It also comes with all the other pieces and parts. There's Stampin' Dimensionals and some embellishments, some tear and tape, and a block. So a lot of times I won't use the new blocks because then I'll have them to use for other things because I have a stack of blocks. But it is an all-inclusive kit, so you will get a block in your kit to use. So if you take it on vacation or anything, you don't have to worry about packing a block because there's one in the kit. All right, so we have tear and tape. You can also use whatever adhesives you have that you want to use, but the directions will use the ones that are given. So in this kit, you're going to get, okay, I wanted to make sure I was recording. You're going to get all the envelopes and the beautiful cards. I love these cards. The tags and more of the note cards. There's 3 different designs and 3 of each design. Look at this one. I would cut this in half and use, I'll show you how to do that with this one. If you want to, you don't have to. You can use it as is. And then there's all these die cuts that go with, and look at this gorgeous one. Isn't that just beautiful? All right, so I also don't use my Stampin' Spot. I have the large ink pad, and this one uses Night of Navy. So I save these and give them away or sell them or whatever. Or if I'm traveling, I'll take a bunch of these. But for now, I'm just going to use my large one. So I'm going to set this aside. And I have my stamp set. So let me get to the directions. Beautiful blues. Now, let me show you how to read the directions. Granted, you could go on your own and do whatever you want, but if you want to do the directions, this is how they work. When you first open your flap, these are all the supplies you're going to need. You check this back. So for card number 1, these are the supplies you're going to need. Card number 2, these are the supplies you're going to use. Card number 3, these are the supplies you're going to use. So knowing that, let's go ahead and get some supplies ready. So for this first card, we need this card base. We need one of these these label die cuts. We need this, and they punch out so easily. There we go. We got that one. Now we're going to use some embellishments. We're going to use the You're in My Thoughts stamp. So I'm going to grab my stamp. I'm going to pull off the You're in My Thoughts. Love these fonts. And I'm going to put it on my size D block. It is the same size as the freebie one that they gave. Well, not a freebie, but the one they gave me. I don't remember where I set it. I set it aside. Oh, here it is. So it's the same size. And they will never send you stamps in a kit that doesn't fit on your block. Just so you know. Same thing goes for paper pumpkin. So with the photopolymer, you can bend them and get them kind of distorted. And I did that, so you watched me lay it down on a non-sticky surface, let it just rest for a minute, and then pick it up with your stamp. That way, if it got distorted by pulling it off its case, it's back to where it's supposed to be. All right. So we have that. Oh, I need that on my stamp. Okay. So I have more than one stamp available to me, or one block. So I'm going to use multiple blocks, but if you only have one, you use it, you wash it off, plain water, baby wipe, and then you put the other one on. So it says I need this stamp as well. And these are the photopolymer stamps, so they're clear and reusable. And you just put them on your block. All right. Set those aside. So let's double check. We have this. We have our 2 stamp sets, block and ink, and our dies, and some dimensionals, and our tear and tape. All right. I think a take your pick tool is the best tool for these, but you can use whatever tool you like. So now we're going to flip to directions for number 1. When you open this up, the directions for number 1 is here, 2 is here, and 3 is here. So that's what all the directions for. Now on the back, it tells you everything that came in the kit. It tells you some extra colors that you can use. So I did grab the blueberry bushel out, and you'll notice that these are more blueberry bushels. So if I want to change the ink color on one of them, I can always use that ink pad. But for the most part, I'm going to stick to Night of Navy. Okay, so let's go to the directions for card number 1. And you can do all 3 of these at the same time. So stamp, 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 assemble, assemble, assemble. I'm just going to do one of each card so you can see them. And the third card that I do will be a little different. You know, I have to do a little different, right? All right. Be sure to say hello in the comments when you get on. Oh, excuse me. So we're going to stamp this on the inside of the card. Ooh, I'm off. Okay. We're going to stamp that on the tag, that, and the inside of the card. So that's easy enough to do. All right. So I need You're in My Thoughts. Now, just a little heads up. Photopolymer stamps sometimes have a little residue on them. So find a scrap piece of paper, stamp on it. This one looks fairly good, but just kind of drag it a little bit to get any of the film that might still be on there before you use it. All right. So now we're going to stamp, stamp, stamp. You don't have to give your ink pad CPR. Just tap, tap, tap. And then pull it over. Line it up. Put equal pressure on it. Rock it back and forth a little bit. Not rock, just gently kind of make sure it hits all the stamp points. And there you have it. You're in My Thoughts. Now, I don't like these little things that are on there from punching it out. So I always just, if I see one, I just snip it off gently. If they don't bother you, not a big deal. So there you have that one. Now I'm supposed to stamp on the inside of my card right here. Let me see. Get my camera there. That's better. Okay. So right here is where I'm going to stamp the leaves. So again, tap, 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 scrap paper. You only have to do this the first time you use the stamp, and you don't have to do it, but I would recommend it. Now that's a very bold blue. Tap, tap, tap. So let me show you what else you can do with your stamps. You can stamp it once. You can do what we call a second generation stamp, or Stampin' Off, and that's a different color. And you could actually even get a third one many times. So there are the 3 different variations you can get with just one ink pad. All right. Enough with that. So we're going to go back in and do tap, tap, tap. And this shows just in the corner. Push down firmly, make sure, and then lift up. Just lift up straight. You don't want to catch your edges. There you go. This is turning out to be more of a beginner stamp. If you follow me all the time, you've seen me stamp lots of times. Oh well. When it comes to kits, sometimes it's nice just to have a little refresher. So we're going to put the ink pad away. My hint on the other ink pad that did come with it is I just open one side and then I have almost like a hinge. If you're not going to use it for a little bit, just put a piece of Scotch tape here and keep it closed so your ink in here will stay fresh longer. All right, now let's get back to this. So there's a strip right here. So it shows the tear and tape. So we're going to put a strip there. Put the label on top of the cutout. And then we're going to put dimensionals. That's what those hexagon things are there. So this is what we're going to do. It told us to put a strip. Ooh, the dog is barking at somebody. This is actually narrower tear and tape than what we sell usually, but it will work fine. Let me see. I got it a little long, which is totally fine. I just tear it off, set that piece aside, and use it later. Now, with the tear and tape, that's when I said tools work. You can use your fingernails if they work well. I like to just use the tip, and I have the extra craft tips. The other tip would work just as nice to pull that top layer off, and then you see the adhesive below. Oops, there we go. So then we're going to load this on, add it. Add it on here. There we go. Then we're going to flip this over and we're going to use some of those dimensionals that are in your little pouch. All right. We have so many kits available on the website in the online exclusives. So you can go find all kinds. But like I said, this one spoke to me because it seems like anymore, I always need a sympathy card or a thinking of you card. There's just so much going on right now. So, all right. We're going to go ahead and put this down here. Kind of get it straight-ish. Let me hold it up. And there's our first card. So we could have made 3 in that time if we'd have just done them all. But I want to just do 1. So I can make 2 more. I was just getting rid of one of those little tags. So there you go. Oh, I guess I'm not done because it tells me also to add 3 of the embellishments. If you look closely, there's 2 there. Oops, sorry. And 1 here. Getting used to this new camera setup. Oh, just kind of throws me. This is another place I like to use my take your pick tool. I just pick them up. And like I said, you can put them wherever you want, but they said here is where they were putting them. And then 1 below. And there is my finished card. So that wasn't very long at all. All right. And like always, I will send you a card kit, one of these, of all 3 designs with a $40 order this week. I have no problem with that at all. So you can get one of each of these cards. Now I am going to skip to card number 3. The reason is because I'm going to do something a little different with card number 2. I'm going to show you how to get a little more bang for your buck. And I don't remember how much this one cost. I can look it up really quick. This kit would cost retail. I'm typing. Can you hear me typing? It is $23. So that would be $23 divided by 9. That is $2.50 a card, less than $3.50 $3 a card. That's not bad, because if you buy them at the store, especially that H word store, they'd be like $5-6 a card. And they won't color coordinate. It's nice. Okay, so card number 3, we can go back to that first page, and we're going to do card number 3. So we need to get this cutout. Right there. We need one of those beautiful die cuts. There. We need the card base. And this is another one that you could cut in half very easily and use it for 2 different cards if you wanted to get fancy. And I'm going to go ahead and use a bone folder to just crease that a little bit more. You don't have to. You can use the edge of your scissors or a fingernail, but I need less on my table, so I made that smaller. We're also going to need the dimensionals, the embellishments, the tear and tape, and we need a tag. This tag is going to be the smaller rectangle right here. So we're going to poke one of those out. And they usually give you extra tags in case you mess up on your stamping, because there's 3 cards of each kind, but they gave us 4 labels of each. So they always give you extra, which works out well if you want to do more with your kit. So, all right, we got all our supplies. Sending Love is the one we're going to use. So, like I said on this, there are chamois, but you can use a baby wipe. You can use whatever you want to clean your stamps. We also have Stampin' Scrubs, and you just wash them off with some water, because our inks are water-based, so they come off with water. So you just take this off gently. They will tear, so be gentle. Put it back on your plastic sheet, and you're ready to go for another time. Now we need Sending Love. And that one looks like this right here in the corner. So Sending Love could be a sympathy, birthday, whatever you want to put on the inside would work fine. All right, Sending Love. Oh, you know what I didn't do? I forgot to do a practice run, which is good because the L's got a little space and so does the S. So you just rub, I just rub it gently. You can also take like an adhesive eraser and go over the top, but I think just rubbing it on paper, I usually have the paper out anyway, so I just rub it that way. And then double check it again. Perfect. Tap, tap, tap. Line it up. And stamp. Anyone have any big plans for the weekend? You already know mine. I'm dog sitting. So that's my deal. I'm dog sitting. So we stamped that. Whoops. Forgot to turn it back to my direction page. But I knew that was going to be my first thing. Stamp it. Then we're going to use tear and tape and put it around the border of our die. Excuse me. Okay. And that little piece that I tucked aside earlier, because I'd cut it too long, I can add that here. And here. You just want to anchor all the edges down. And then it also shows why I have the tear and tape out to add tear and tape to the back of our tag. So I'm going to do that. I see some of those little things that bug me, so I'm going to just snip them off. There we go. And we're going to add a little bit of tear and tape right back here. All right. So now we're going to take this off. Oh, actually, it doesn't have us putting it together yet. Right now, it has us putting, oops, I just bent that back. No big deal. All right, it has us putting some dimensionals back here. Putting 4 dimensionals on. Give it a little pop. There we go. Okay, so now it's showing us to add this to the card base. So I'm going to set that aside. I'm going to peel off all my tear and tape pieces. And oh, that one's done. Thought I had another little one there. There we have it. Okay. So this is going to go. Make sure you got your card opening the right direction. Then they're done that. All right. And then we're going to just add this on. It's going to have the standard border of about 1/8 of an inch. Don't push down on it until you know you want it, it's where you want it. So there. And just line it up and tack it down gently. Remember, lots of edges to catch, so you need to be careful. Throw my trash away. Okay, so the next thing, we're going to add this piece. So take the tops off your dimensionals. There we go. And which way does it go? Well, it looks like it goes this way. Just kind of like that. And then we pull this tape off. Like I said, you can use your fingernails. I still use the take your pick tool, even though I do have fingernails. And then this goes here. Covers up that pretty rose. So I'm actually going to take mine down a little bit further. I like that pretty rose. All right, I'll go back up. You put it where you want it. I didn't cover up the whole rose. And then it gets 3 embellishments. They're like little gems or something. They're beautiful. So it shows one here. And you can put them wherever you want them. But I'm following the directions on the first 2 cards. And mostly on the 3rd card, but I will show you what I mean on the other. So now we have 2 cards. Sending love. This would also make a sympathy card, but you could use a birthday card, whatever you wanted to do with that one. All right, so now we're going to do the 3rd card. For the 3rd card, we need, it's actually card number 2. We're going to use this beautiful base. And we need one of the fancier die cuts. the fancier edge die cut. And yes, I pull right from the middle. No rhyme or reason there. I am going to catch a couple of those little tags that I don't like, but I like the simplicity of the kit, so I just snip those off. So we have this and this. We need a different stamp, so we're going to wash this one off, because if you only have one block, that's what you have to do. We're going to just wipe it off. This is our chamois, and mine is very well used. So I'm going to put this back on this. And I need to get the Wishing You Comfort. This screams sympathy card in my opinion. So I'm going to let it just rest, pick it up with the block, grab my scrap paper, tap, tap, tap. You don't have to mush it, just tap, tap, tap. Ooh, that looks really nice. Like I said, I love this font. I'm just going to rub it just to get anything I'm not seeing off of it. And then we're going to put this. I forgot to finish getting my supplies ready. Are you guys surprised? You shouldn't be. All right, and a stamp. Now that one's ready to go. We can close this ink pad. Now we do have with sympathy stamps that I'm sure would fit in these tags. So you would be welcome to do those. I hope this is recording well. I'm going to cry if it's not. I'm going to have to change my travel plans if it's not. All right. So this is the card base. And they're telling me I should just fold it in half. So this would be the front and this would be the back. Well, to me, that's a waste of a pretty card because nobody needs to look at the back, right? If the back does not have to be that fancy. So I'm just going to take my paper trimmer and cut it into 2 card fronts. And then just use a piece of white cardstock. Actually, I might use the thick white cardstock because I use that for card bases, but I don't have one available to me right now. It's already packed. So we're just going to go ahead and make a card base out of a regular white. This is thick enough. It'll probably be sturdy enough. There we go. And I'm going to score it. And oops. So this would be how to get 10 cards or 12 cards for the same price. You'd have to add a little cardstock. But there you have it. You can just add that there, just like that. Or you can trim it up a little bit and have a little bit of a border. I'm just going to go with it this way. I'm not going to use any of my adhesive that that was given to me because I did an extra step and I want to make sure I have enough. So I'm just going to use a little liquid glue. And here is my new card base. I'm going to set it down, make sure it's getting to the edges. So I use the runny glue. There we go. There's our card base. You would never know the difference. A little extra lip here. Maybe my score line was off a smidgen. That's easy to correct. Line it up. Slice it. And there you have it. Now you can have 2 card bases. They give you extra labels anyway, so why not get the most amount that you can for your money. Now this is the part I forgot to punch out. they told me to punch out this piece right here, which is fine because this way it didn't get lost in all my cutting and stuff. All right. So we have that. Let's go to our directions. And I stamped that on here. Now we're going to use a piece of tear and tape on the back of this. I don't know which side is which. That must be the back. And my tear and tape. I really appreciate you guys letting me do these kits occasionally. I want to show you how important and awesome these online exclusives are. They come out with 2 to 3 kits a month. Some of them speak to me and some of them do not. I'm not saying every kit is for everybody, but to me, this kit is the most universal because sadly we all experience loss of family or friends. And then this goes over here. And you really don't want a lot of bling on a sympathy card. And then we're going to add, it has 4 of these. All right. You could also slice this. I'm getting ideas as I go. Can you tell? You could also slice this like here and attach this one and this one opposite, so not as much is lost on the back. But I'm going to do it as is right now because I have packing left to do and I need to get on the road. So I'm going to go ahead and take the tops off the dimensionals. And then this one. And it might be just the right amount of bling. Oh, when I flipped it over, it flipped the scene. So I'm actually going to move this over to here. So I don't want to cover up all the pretty flowers. So mine's going to be a little off because I'm using the piece differently. And that's okay. So then we're going to add 3 of these. They have a couple up here. And they usually put one below somewhere. Oh, I have another one over yonder. There we go. So there are your 3 cards. You can get more out of this kit. This kit is called Beautiful Blues Kit. And it's $23. And it's available now at stampinup.com. I would love it if you picked me as your demonstrator. It is still time to sign up for Stampin' Cross Country. And there's card number 1. Excuse me, card number 3 that I did, card number 2, and card number 1, and all very appropriate for a sympathy card, a thinking of you card, a get well card. Some of them, like this one, could be a birthday card. And you can choose which sentiments work with you. The sending love is the smaller one, but these other 2, you could use any of the sentiments. So thank you for joining me tonight. I really appreciate it. And I will see you hopefully on Tuesday for mystery stamping. And have a great weekend. And thanks for crafting with me. Bye-bye.